Can we get that 3 for 2 deal?
That deal is collection only.
How's the training going? I've seen that you put on the story. It don't get easier.
Oh yeah, nah, just like trying to keep up the strength training and cardio at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause obviously, I don't want to just like, obviously I want to be in good shape and look it, but I want to be able to like jog down and when I'm out of breath. So I'm just trying to keep up the cardio. But I feel like cardio's getting harder, bro.
Harder in what sense? Like harder to like for you to have the motivation to want to do it, or just actually harder when you're doing it?
Probably a little bit of the motivation. Like going to the gym's not a problem, but it's just trying to balance getting that cardio in. And probably because I haven't did it for a long time, I feel like it hits different, bro. It's just struggling a bit, but I'm working on doing some challenges still. See how I try to do the Mr. C Superfoods weekend, the meat-free weekends. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but the gym aspect of it. So I'm gonna start doing some stuff soon, to be honest. But yeah.
No, because I was when I seen you put that down, like it doesn't get easier. I feel like I hear that because I can stop and start, and it's hard to keep the thing going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's solid, but it's I don't want to say refreshing, but it shows even if you still go, you still have the same thing that I have. The difference is there has to be some higher level of resilience, or there's something else there that allows you to get past it, where it will cause me to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, it all depends, like, what your reason is to do the thing you're doing, innit? So, like, obviously for me, the big thing for me, just like, obviously you can't help certain things, but a big fear for me is being old, bruv, and just mash up, bruv, like. So if I can kind of prevent that or slow it down by just keeping fit, that's what I'm gonna do. So even the times when I don't want to do it, I just tell myself I got no choice.
Well, because you've got that in the forefront of your head, innit? Yeah. Whereas other people might be at the back of their mind, or will only pop up when something pops up, and then now it's in front of their face, so they can't.
Because like, even like sometimes, obviously, certain people just want to train, probably for like, okay, they want to look good for the summer, and that's it. I'm trying to be in the best shape of my life for the rest of my life. So that's it, bro. That's like my thing. What keeps me ticking over, bro. Keeps me wanting to go and get in shape, bro.
But
really.
You enjoy it as well, don't it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Like it's not a chore. Like I love working out. Like me, it sounds mad. Like I'm always competing in my head to like be like, like I was even thinking the other day, like obviously like sometimes you go to the gym and you watch people, like you might not ever get that person's shape, or you never might be as strong as them, but what's like the final form like I can get my body to, like how strong can I actually get? What's the best shape I can actually look in? So I'm just kind of just challenging myself, to be honest. But I enjoy it though. It's like therapeutic to me, if that's the right word. But I enjoy it, bro. Like that's my time. So, obviously, like certain people might play computer, or I don't know, go for a walk, play basketball, football, whatever. Like gym's always been like my fun thing to do.
It's mad because like gym technically is what the camera is for me. That's what the gym is to you. But what the part that I'm looking at the most is the idea of you having that goal, or that not the goal, the fear in it, the fear of being out of shape, because you know the consequences that comes from not having your health in checking it. Where I'm fearful. I'm definitely fearful of health and age, and health decreasing with age, you know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, it's like it don't stay in my brain, and that's because my biggest thing is trying to get what I'm trying to do done with the camera. Like that's my biggest motivation. So that's why I don't ever fall off. I might have moments where, as you said, it never gets easier, but I don't know how to stop. Like it's just easy to continue to keep going in it. But the health thing, I have the same thing as you, but there's just times where I'm not making it a priority where I know, or I actually want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's in my head to do it, but it doesn't get actioned. It also kind of stemmed from me I was watching one video, or it was something that I seen on Instagram. In fact, it was this geezer, South geezer, and he was just talking about different books that he had read in it. I can't remember the name of the book, but he was just talking about achieving goals and reverse engineering it. You know what I'm saying? So looking at the reasons to why you're not doing things in it, because if you can identify the reason to why you're not doing it, then you can figure out how to make sure that you do it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make working out like a non-negotiable part of my routine, you know what I'm saying? Where at the moment it's negotiable because I'm not doing it consistently. Where I want to, but I'm not doing it.
Do you think it will help if you set yourself goals? Even if it was like, hey then, I want to lose like this % body fat, or I want to be able to do this in this time.
Nah, that's not
goals.
what motivates you.
Yeah. I don't think it's goals, but it's just the only reason why it don't get done is because there's something else in front of me that's bigger. So I'm saying I ain't doing it because I ain't got enough time because I need to get this. Where really I need to prioritize that, because if that some point gets in the way, then whatever I was trying to do over there doesn't even matter anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like, these are the things that I'm now saying to myself, where I probably wasn't saying it before, but I'm now consciously saying it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out
it's a hard one still. You just, because the same thing, after we had a conversation about it before, how I was saying that the motivation I got in the gym, I need to transfer that into like investing that into myself, like business-wise, or just like trying to set up things like that same motivation I got to the gym. And obviously, you're saying the focus what you've got when you're doing your business or whatever, you want that over and that side. It's just that's a good. You just have to do it, bro. That's the only advice I can give you. You just gotta do it, bro. Like, there's times I'm knackered, bro. I think I can't go, but I just go, bro. Like, I have to. I tell myself I got no choice.
I've got to burn that thing into my head. I got to burn into my head that if I don't go, I am one step closer to dying. That's kind of I have to see.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Obviously not dying, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I have to see it as if I don't go, I'm a step closer to my health decreasing. Where if I do go, I'm a step to maintaining what I have.
Yeah. For me now, if I don't go, I don't feel right in myself, bro.
Yeah.
Full kind of shit, to be honest. So like now, like, it's everyday thing, bro. Like,
and that's the same with me. I know if I ain't done something that week with what I'm trying to do, I feel like an absolute waste, fam. I feel like a waste, man. If I know I've sat down in the house for a whole day and I ain't done nothing, blood, I feel like I'm wasting. You get me? So I need to do what you're doing. I need to do it.
You'll find a way, bro. Like, even if like, for me, the best thing, the mornings, the first thing you get up, bro, if you can go to the gym, just bang it out in the morning, you feel so much better than trying to do it at the end of the day. Because I hate training in the evening, you know. Hate it, bro. But obviously, if that's the only time I got available, I got to go. But if I could go in the morning every day, I'll do it. You feel a lot better, bro. So that's the advice I can give you. Try go in the morning.
I was going to say, I was watching a Joe Rogan episode, and there's like professors and that. They're talking about bare different things. But one of the things I was talking about is just how you can train your body to like certain food.
Yeah.
So like, I think this is true. I know this is true. Like, through like turning vegetarian, vegan, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you get to a point where it's like you start to crave the things that probably other people will probably say, "Oh, that's not the food they enjoy," like certain vegetables or certain salads or whatever it is. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's because you've committed yourself to something that you think you want to do in it, and eventually you start to enjoy the thing you've committed. So that's why you enjoy going to gym, because it's like you've put so much time into it, where now it's like it's not even like something you feel like you have to do, it's something you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I think that only comes with forcing yourself into a situation where it's like you said, it's not negotiable, and you keep doing it, and eventually it becomes part of who you are, innit? So yeah, I got the same problem. Like I need to, and I start, and I think I'm there. I think I've got to a point where it's like, yeah, I have to do this all the time now. Like with jogging, for instance, like I always get into a real good phase with jogging. I'm just like constant. It's like, yeah, I gotta do this every day, or I gotta do this every week. And then somehow, some way, eventually it goes, and then it's like, I ain't jog for 2 months. I ain't jog for 2 months. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like somehow, and it always starts with just one day where it's like, I can't do it this day. I know there'll be another reason for it. But then that'll turn into another day, and before you know it, I ain't been, and I can't even explain why I ain't.
But you know what though? It's magic. It's easier to maintain and go to stop and start, stopping and starting, bro, is hard, bro, to try and get back into it. But that could, like, even if you don't feel you had the time, it's so much easier to just keep going, bro. I promise you. But
I think I've got an obsessive like way of doing things as well, though. Because like if I'm jogging, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing everything right. If I'm not jogging or I'm not working out, I'm eating cake, I'm doing everything wrong, like everything.
It's all in it. It's
I'm
one or the
bro,
other. And
that's how I am.
Life's just ain't like that, man. It's compromising it, and I think that's the problem, right? It can never just be one sided in it, and I think that's the problem that man have as well. It's like if I'm into it, then I'm into it, and I would.
But no, it's mad though. You see, when you was going, you was doing well, you know.
I know this. I'm in and out, and I don't want to be that. So I need to figure it out. I've got to figure it out, but because I'm 100% fearful of that very thing. I know, like I've got a fear of getting cancer. I've got a fear of getting ill. Because anytime I feel something in my body, I'm thinking the worst, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the worst. Like even this, I wasn't even gonna mention it yesterday. I've gone to sleep, and then I woke up, and then just like like when you suddenly just wake up out of your sleep.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, rah, why did I wake up like that? So now I'm thinking that's not right, and now I'm in my head talking to myself, and then I'm thinking, rah, I'm talking to myself. Am I going mad? And then I'm thinking, rah, I woke wifey up now. I'm like, yo, I ain't got mental health or nothing, but yo, I feel like I'm going mad. And it's just because I'm fucking talking to myself, and I'm just being triggered by knowing that, okay, I woke up in a manner that's not 100% normal. And now because I've done something that I know that's not normal, I'm now triggered thinking, man's got mental health. What kind of foolishness is that? I'm obsessive with dumb shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? And like, it's not good. So clearly, I've got this issue with health, but man's not actively doing something every day.
Could it be also that man have witnessed couple men sort of go off after?
Well, obviously, of course. Anything that I see.
Yeah.
So me seeing my dad, I know it's a reality. It's not like. So now I'm fearful. I'll be honest. I'm fearful of it. I got brethren in it. Gone, bro. And it's like, before, when you look at mental health, or should I say, when I looked at it before, it was a case where it's like, don't fully understand it. And because you don't understand it, you're just thinking, yo, just fix up, man. Like,
obviously,
you don't. We got another brethren that's got another situation in it, and even with that, you just look at it, you think, yo, just fix up.
But as you get older,
you start to realize. So now that I've internalized it and I realize it, and I see how easy it is for that to happen, I am now seeing it as a possibility. Oh, well, it's not impossible to happen. So because that's happened now, I'm thinking, yo. But I know it's not that, because
there has to be some sort of trigger. Like, it's not just gonna be you woke up one night and then the mental health kicked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I get it as well. When you, like, sometimes you make up mid-sleep, you're very confused, bro. I've been there. I woke up like mid-sleep, and it's like the things that can go through your mind when you're tired and you've been snapped out your sleep is crazy. Like,
and bro, I mean, I'm thinking it's because the night before, man's gone out, so I know I haven't even had that much sleep anyway. So me waking up early, I'm thinking, rah, why am I waking up? But I know when I've gone, when you go sleep and you don't even realize you've gone to sleep, so your body's not really shut off then, because you haven't consciously said, all right, cool, I'm going to sleep now. I've just knocked out, and then I woke up thinking, oh shit, lights still on and all of that. So my body wasn't even really settled before I'd gone to sleep. So that could have been the reason to why I woke up in it.
Do you have a routine? Like, do you say, I need to be in bed between sort of this time, or I need to do this? Or
I did have that. See, this once again, bro. you set these things and you follow them, you see them work, but then one thing goes out of whack, and now that routine's out the window, innit? Because obviously I might have to do an all-nighter because I got editing to do. Now that I've done an all-nighter, getting back into the routine, I'm out of sync.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like, it's figuring out how you maintain, even if you're gonna dip off, it's just figuring out, all right, cool, I've dipped off, but that's cool. We go back again, and it like, because in reality, it's life. Nothing's smooth sailing. Like even Dre, like there's days where you probably miss a day, or you go in the gym and you have a shit training session, but that doesn't deter you from going gym again.
It's like the day with my last year, bro. I was doing like 60-mile bike rides. My chain broke on my bike.
60.
Bro. Yeah.
Fucking.
But my chain broke on my bike. I didn't even get it fixed, bro, and that took me off. I haven't ridden since.
Yeah, hey.
But before that happened, man was riding all the time, bro. Like, it got to the stage, bro. I probably would have took up some marathon bike riding thing, bro. Like,
He's going that far.
yeah, bro. Like, you know what it is? I started off on 10, and then one day I woke up and said, I want to do 20 today. Did 20. Next week I did 30, and I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go for 60. Don't get me wrong, that 60 fucked me up, bro. I never did nothing like that in my life, but I was happy. Like,
That's what it's like. Obviously, the jogging, like, obviously, I've never gone nowhere near that far in jogging, but it's like, it starts getting in your blood, man. It's like, you start feeling like I'm Goggins and that, bro. Like, I swear to God, like, you go for a jog and it's like, you go past a distance that you've done previously, and you're like, yeah. And now you want to go past the next one. It's like, or there's been times where it's like, I'll take a route and I'm not quite sure how many miles I'm going to get down. So I come back to like my start point, but I haven't knocked down like a milestone. Like I wanted 4 miles and I only had like 3 and a bit. So now I'm like, fuck it, I gotta go get those extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You start getting like
Obsessive with
bro.
Yeah,
It starts getting into you, bro. And it's like, even like, I haven't jogged for ages in it. And I was feeling proper like agitated the other day. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to walk to Tesco, innit? So you could have jumped in the car, but I thought, let me just walk. That walk, fam, the way it just cleared up my mind, it's like, the jogging for me is not so much about the fitness, it's about the mental stuff. It just cleans my brain blood. Like, I just come back and my mind is just fresh, I'm good. Like, I just feel better about everything. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And it's like that walk reminded me of the jog. So now I know I'm not far away from that jog now because I had that walk. Does that make sense? Like, it's like a jump start to me going back and doing it because I remembered why I'm doing it.
You know what's mad though? I was gonna say, gym might not be like. See, for me, see how you said you do the walking, that makes you feel good and happy. Gym is mine, so gym might be yours. Oh, gym might be yours, but or even like when you're playing basketball or you skip, like you're fucking sick at skipping, bro. Like even those things there, even that, bro. That you're probably getting more fit than I am, bro.
It's just getting into a routine.
But
that's
like,
what it is. It's like once I'm doing it, I enjoy it. Like I was an active child. Like I like being active. Like I like doing shit. But just as you get older, it's just because I know that there's this other burning desire, and that burning desire is now a part of me. I've been doing it for so long that it doesn't define me, but it's definitely a part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? And because I've invested so much time, I need to see the other end of it now. Yeah. Just like with you've invested so much time in doing this. It's like obviously the end goal is never ending, but it's progression. Like, of course. You want to see progression within what you're doing because you've invested time into it, and it's the same. But it's balance. Is like Carl saying, once you get into it, it's obsessive and it's cool, but there's no balance, and that's how I am as well. Like I don't know how to balance that with everything else, you get me? And I need to figure that out.
But you see how you're talking about like with your dad and obviously just like the cancer scares and stuff like that. For me, even just like seeing some of my elders and just, obviously I'm not looking down on them or nothing like that, but just seeing somehow some of my elders in my family like out of shape or got health problems due to not even just getting up and going for a walk, bro. Them things there, like, makes me want to go out and just do it. Even like a couple of elders I see who I had in my family, you know them, like you see them elders and then that's kind of just, and they can't stand up. Those things, bro, petrify me, bro. Like if I can reduce that happening to me, bro, I'm going to do it from now. And even like little things like that, it's just like, even if it comes down to stretching and not even using your muscles anymore. Your muscles, you're not stretching, and your muscles obviously are just seizing up, bro. And then it's too late, bro. So that's why you probably see me doing my little yoga thing and my little stretching
But
thing.
it's mad though, 'cause I wake up every morning thinking, yo, I'm running out of time. Like, that's in my head, I'm running out. Because I know I'm not doing nothing.
In life or the thing you want to achieve? Sorry, which one?
Not well, I just know that as time goes on, as you get older, you get closer to death, innit?
Oh.
So
Yeah.
just logically, bro, like, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
lie, that's how my brain works, fam. It's like, so I know I really want to, it's just not prioritizing, you get me? But I have to.
For me, it's like I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but if I'm here for the next 50 years or 80 years, bro, not 80 years, but if I'm here for the next 50, I have to be in somewhat. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be in pain. So if I can reduce that, obviously nothing's promised, but if I can reduce that, bro, I'm gonna reduce it, and I'm gonna work my ass off and just make sure I'm in great shape, bro. Like,
I wish I could live with that kind of mind state of thinking about, yeah, I gotta get this for 30 years, 40 years from now. Like, honestly, we all think about it, but on a day to day, I think most people give themselves that time. I could work out next week, or I could do this. You just think, I ain't gotta worry about that right now. But then saying that, man, at age now, it's like little things like happening. Like, I've got this reoccurring chest injury, blood. Like, I just can't shake it, bro. Like, every time I go too hard with some sort of chest activity, it just feels like I've torn something. You get me? I think I need to go to doctors and get them like to properly look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because but then that's now becoming an excuse why I'm not necessarily working out as much. Because it's like, what I want to do, like, I love pull-ups in it. Like, I used to do pull-ups all day long. You get me? And because I can't really do that with this injury, it's like it puts me off working out because I can't do the workout I want to do. But really, that's an excuse. I could go stay on my cardio, train legs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could do other things, but yeah.
but you can get around it, because even though I've been going gym consistently now, but I've had injuries, bro. But like, I had a wrist injury for time, so I just had to find other alternative ways to just stay on job.
The wrist healed up eventually.
Yeah. I was blessed. I just did like little wrist exercises and stuff like that. But I just gave it a rest and just focus on doing other alternative things. 'Cause I thought if I stop, I'm a goner. So I just keep going, bro. But it's mad though. Like, see how, for example, like you've made me go for, like, I went for some health checks the other day, just to like check for, like, if I had any cancer, like, scared, even though, like, there's not anybody in my family like that. But listening to you speak just made me think about, obviously, I can work out, but if I have any underlying health issues what I don't know about, bro.
Well, this is why I'm an idiot, bro. This is why it don't make no sense, because on one sense, I'm conscious as hell. I go get my bloods. Anything that I feel, I go doctor straight. I'm not afraid. If they need to touch my balls, go ahead. I don't mind. Like,
Well, I ain't gonna lie,
I'm gonna go get checked out, but then I know, alright, cool, I'm eating something that I know I shouldn't be eating. Can't unconsciously eating it, knowing in my head, this is not the right thing to do.
You can use feasting the other night, actually.
Pardon?
You can use feasting the other night when you ate Manny.
Yeah, eat like
You
king,
get
bro.
me? So that I'm saying, like, in my head, I know these things. You get what I'm saying?
But it's, what, you can. It's all a balance though. You can only do so much. 'Cause, okay, yeah, I go gym and I eat well. I drink alcohol excessively sometimes, bro.
I hear you.
This might be a good time for man to drop a little something that happened recently, actually.
What?
I didn't know if I was going to tell man this, because I don't. It's all mad. Not you, man, but just in general. But fuck it. Yeah, man. I went out. Julian's nephew's wedding, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, man went out, beer drink, beer liquor, whatever. Then we flew back down, and then went to one house party. So it was a good night overall, you get me? But man was drunk, you get me? Got dropped off now. Next day. And like, the way I work with hangovers, it's like, the day after I've drunk, like, if I was in some sort of good diet or good regime, it's gone, because I want to eat fuckery, like, it's straight. So normally it's like something greasy, pizza, or something like that, you know what I'm trying to say? Fam, I couldn't get meat out of my head. I said to God, yeah.
Oh, I swear.
Like, now, there's been times I've been drunk,
Yeah.
and I've had that urge, like, yeah, I could eat something, but after it, I sober up, it goes away. You get me? And I've never leaned into it. Like 5 years, never touched nothing, fam. The day after.
Don't make Mikey hear this, boy.
If he hears it, he hears it. If I'm not gonna hear it, this is what I'm saying. Someone's gonna hear it, and I don't get enough in the groove. And I'm gonna talk shit. It's what it is, isn't it? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fucking.
What did you eat, fam?
Yeah, I went chip shopping it, and
About
nah, like chicken stuff. What happened? We went. You know what happened? We went fucking. What's the place in Smalley
Yes,
that everyone goes to after hours? Faraz. Yeah, Faraz. You don't know Faraz?
I don't know it, bro.
That's my bare people scored it
That's
like
not Shakib's.
after hours and that. Yeah, it's like one of them ones, but
Like a Sakib's.
better, bit better, but yeah,
Alright.
like that kind of vibe in it. So we went there after the house party in it, because coming from, what was it like past like Tisley or something like that. So we stopped there. Jeb's got what he's got. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what man's got. I'm like, that. It was then I was like, fuck, I could eat that. I can't lie, I could eat it. But I didn't lead into it that night.
Yeah,
But then the next day, the hangover, it's just like, bro, when I got this hangover, it's just I always want that, but not to that extreme, blood. Yo, it's mad. Yeah, I had to go back there, blood. I went right back there the next day, bro. Ordered it, bro.
Please kill it.
I was eating it on some back street like a fucking crackhead, blood.
You need to give me back your veg card still.
How did you feel when you was eating it?
I got
The
revoked
dumbest thing
that.
is I ate it. Nah, real talk. Don't judge me. Man. Don't judge me.
I got
Listen,
revoked that card.
nah,
still.
don't. You're not the fucking administrator, blood. Man, I can't take nothing off me.
Nah,
innit?
man, minor. It's a minor, bro.
Nah,
It's a minor.
fucking yeah. Now you know what? I don't feel no way. Like first time I had anything like that 5 years. 5 years in it, and I was eating it, and it's like it's one of them things. It's like you're eating, you kind of like. It wasn't like this moment of like, oh my god, yes, like some orgasmic, like this is amazing type thing. It was like, yeah, this is cool, but I could have just as easily have not done it. But I was kind of glad I'd done it, because it was like it removed that taboo of like, yeah, like I'm scared if I eat this, I'll never be able to stop eating it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had it then, I ain't had it again.
How did you feel when you ate it though? Like, because it's been so long since you ate it, was you alright on it?
I didn't have a reaction, you know. This is the thing, because Cara, my missus, like she goes back and forth in it. So she's mostly vegetarian, but then if she goes somewhere, she'll have something.
Yeah.
But she always tells me she has a reaction. She's always like, oh, I'm not doing that again, because her belly starts hurting her or whatever in it. But then she does it again, and she has reactions. But with her, it tends to be like she'll have seafood and she has a reaction. So I don't know if there's a difference, because
I think
chicken.
seafood can irritate your belly more. I think
I got
because I know people that eat meat, but they can't eat seafood. Like my uncle can't deal with it, bro. Can't deal with it, and I've noticed certain times I've had prawns and that from the Chinese, and that it's just left me feeling done out. You get me? So I know
Interesting.
seafood, I think it's harder to process in the gut, especially prawns. Technically, prawns is the sea version of a pig.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Oh, man.
So
What
if
they
man
call
say
it,
that they don't eat pig, but man are eating prawns, you essentially
Same
doing the
thing,
same
innit?
thing. Like it's no difference.
I didn't even know that.
Scavengers in it.
Yeah.
They eat everything. Yeah, they eat everything. Yeah. So I think it says in the Bible, don't eat seafood like
pork.
because it's saying or scavengers, pig,
Yeah,
or that
yeah.
all gets thrown in the same category. But people forget the seafood one. But yeah, there's my little confession there. You get me? I man fell off the wagon. You get me? But
No,
you know what?
happens, man. You know what though? You shouldn't beat yourself up about it. Though.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. To be honest, the way I see it now, I'm kind of like, if I feel like eating, I'm gonna eat, bro. But I could never. I don't think I'll ever go back to a place where I'm preparing meat at home or anything like that. You get me? It's just gonna be one of them ones. It's like, if I feel that way, I'm one.
If you went New York and you went New York and you was gonna have a pizza, you're gonna do it.
well, I'm not eating no pepperoni, so
No, I know you're not because that's never been in your
yeah.
dietary like that anyway. But I'm saying like if there was an experience to be had and that experience included
So it
meat,
wouldn't be like a pizza,
Yeah.
but it would be like, I don't know,
Like a steak.
maybe. I'm not that big hot on steak, but like, let's say I went yard and there was some
jerk
proper
chicken.
food cooking and that.
Yeah.
Or a jet pork.
I might. Nah, jerk pork, you dick. Nah. If there's like a jerk chicken or something like that cooking, like I probably would have some. Yeah. Like I said, for me, it's just I know I don't see myself preparing. I genuinely really enjoy the vegan vegetarian like diet and the things that I cook now. And like I really fuck with my own cooking these days. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy with how I prepare food. Like I feel like I get it. Like, you know, like I remember like back in the day, you used to try cook something and it would taste like shit. Because it's like you don't know how to season food. Like you haven't developed that understanding of when to add things and how much to add and all that kind of stuff. And it was like food was always like under seasoned, all those kind of things. I didn't get it. And I think when you're trying to learn from like the older generation, like they don't have measurements.
Yeah,
It's all like they do a feeling. It's like, oh, yeah, they just know how much salt by looking at it by eyes. Like, yeah, that's it. This amount of season, this and that.
Yeah.
I've learned how to cook because I've learned how to measure things to a degree. But now I kind of got a feel, but I understand where, like with rice, for instance, I know how much water, measuring wise, like cup wise, I want to put in there.
Well, they say with rice, you meant to have. You see the line on your finger.
See, I'm not dealing with that. It probably works, isn't it?
It does work for me.
For me, it's twice the amount of water to how much rice. So if it's 1 cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water. That works for me. Like, I don't have a problem. But when people can't explain stuff like that to me, it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to feel my way through this? I don't work that way. So now I've been cooking by myself and I got my own methods and I know how to follow instructions and that. Like, I find it good. So yeah, like, I don't see myself ever cooking no meat or anything like that. Definitely not fish.
How's your food health journey get going on? I know you want to start like.
Right, I'm in and out, bro. Like obviously, food wise, as I said, when I'm eating stuff that I know I shouldn't be eating, I know I'm eating it and I shouldn't be eating it, but it's out of convenience to why I'm eating it. You know what I'm saying? But when I do go into the kitchen and I go to cook something, it's gonna be slightly healthier than, you know what I'm saying, than me leaning more into something that's unhealthy. But it's just routine, I think, for me.
Do you think it's important to know about health from like a young age, or is it a thing where as you get older, you just kind of...
No, you have to know about it. I think you gotta know about health from a young age, innit?
Because as a youth, bro, I didn't really think about as it whatever, bro.
Well, of course, and I mean, at them ages, there's a level of naivety, you know what I'm saying, and that's bliss when you don't have to have certain worries about certain things, innit? But I mean, I know we've had the conversation before, but it's just like, is it healthy to know about death from a young age?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing for me. I just think that it is. Like, I don't think it should be something that's negative, because if it's seen as negative, it would then eat you alive. You get what I'm saying? Because it'll be something that you fear. You get what I'm saying? Where I know I've got complexes now about it because man's been affected by it in a certain way. Whereas maybe if I was more prepared for it, where it's like, boom, these are the realities of life. This can happen. But even if it does happen, yo, this is in place, so that when I do go, you still got this. Maybe if I was prepared, it wouldn't have like mentally got to me.
Is that the important thing though for a child to know what's there and what's in place? Is that the important thing?
Well, you gotta give them reason. I think children deserve reason. You can't just tell a child something, because like from our parents' generation, it's do this. Don't worry why I'm telling you to do it. Just do it. Sometimes you need reason behind what you're doing, because a child, they can comprehend, they understand.
So I agree that they should know that what's in place, but I'm saying what's the important message for a child to understand about death and loss? Like that's what I'm questioning, because I'm thinking there's more to it than that, than them knowing, you know, how to react or what's in place or how things are going. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and I guess this is where people start talking about spirituality and religion and things there in it, because it's like, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a purpose to death in it, in the sense of like, because obviously it's that thing that we don't understand in it. We don't know what happens afterwards. So is it like, I think the thing that makes most of us fearful of it is we don't understand the purpose. We don't know the reason. We don't know the why. We don't know what happens after. We don't know if that person's okay, or if that person even is a thing, like that. What we knew that person was, does that thing still exist? Like all these things that we're unsure of. I think these are the things that people struggle with, adults struggle with. So it's like, are those the things that children need to know or need a concept of? You know what I'm saying?
How I've internalized it, I take it from that speech that Steve Jobs did in it. Like, death is the thing that allows you for the things that come after you to then live. You know what I'm saying? That's when they have the opportunity to blossom. Obviously, there are unfortunate circumstances where people pass before their time, but I still believe that death is the thing that shapes you and gives you the ability to become who you're meant to become. If you take the power from it, because there is power in it, you know what I'm saying? But people will focus on the negatives and take the negative energy rather than the positive energy that comes from it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. So for me, if I was to ever deal with someone leaving again, I gotta draw I got to draw from it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's there to help build, and it's there to allow you to blossom into what I suppose. I mean, if it's not destiny, but like it just allows you to shape you who you are, who you meant to be in it, or who you could be. That's how I've internalized it. And I think everyone's gonna have their own perspective, but that's just how I have come to deal with it. You get me?
I definitely agree with that, because I think when people close to you, important in your life, pass away, it leaves a void in it, and you can either leave that. I mean, you can never replace a person, but you could either like sort of focus on the hole that's there, or you can focus on creating new fulfillment in it, like a new thing that means that void doesn't feel like a void anymore. It feels like something else. You know what I'm saying?
This is how common death is in my house. We'll be sitting down and see what out of the blue say, oh yeah, your dad's dead, isn't he? Yeah, but he did good because he's left us the house now. Or he'll say, oh, like the other day he said, yeah, he's watching down on us. Like he knows that he's gone, but he doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can see that there's a positivity that he sees. That he sees from it, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully if I was to go, it's gonna have an impact on him, but hopefully because he's had that experience of it already, that he'll be able to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like even this, when his granddad passed during COVID and that, we're there following the horse and carriage, but them times, like we was a bit skeptical to tell him like actually what's going on, you get what I'm saying? So he remembers the day, but doesn't remember the significance of what was going on. So we've explained it to him, and he's like, oh, he's gone, because he's gone to the house and he realizes, yo, he's not around no more. Like where is he? So we've told him, and it's like, okay, yeah, I understand it. So it's like, I just know that he's got a concept of it. It's not something that's drummed into him to say, look, I'm going to die one day. You're going to be left on your own. It's not that. Or he said to me the other day, what did he say now? He said, so Dad, what do I do when you and Mom go? How do I find another family? And I said to him, obviously, by them ages, son, if we're blessed enough to live a certain period of time, you would have already met your wife, or you would be with your partner, and that will be your family. And we'll still be here, even if you do get a family. Like we'll all be one big family. You get what I'm saying? So even him asking them questions is putting two and two together in his head. You get what I'm saying? And I personally don't feel like it's having a negative.
You feel good
positive,
about it. Yeah.
Because we can have those open conversations. You know what I'm saying?
It's similar. With a car in it. Like obviously, there's a picture of her mum on the wall, and the boys know that's their grandma in it. So once in a while, they'll re-see the picture, and they'll ask a question again. They'll be like, "Oh, who's that again?" Like, yeah, that's your nan. Like, you tell her the name, whatever. And it's like, "Oh yeah," and then she died. Like, yeah. Like, so they understand that this is, their mum's mom, and she was here before, but she's not now. Whatever. And then they had an uncle that passed away as well. And Zay always remembers his uncle. He had dreads in it, and he did Father Christmas one year in it. So my brother had the dreads, and he dressed up in the Father Christmas costume and that. And Zay, that's burnt into Zay's memory, remembers that, and he also knows that's the uncle that passed away. Okay. So it's like he always remembers his name, remembers being at the funeral, being at the afterthought, but there's no negative feeling attached to it. Do you see what I'm saying? So. But
obviously, everybody's kids are young age at the moment. But would you not allow? But would you let your kids mourn if obviously they lost somebody? See how you explain to say obviously it's kind of like the same situation with your dad or whatever. But would you, if your kids were really upset and needed to mourn, would you allow them to do that, or is it a thing where not like?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, of course they can mourn.
How would you stop them? How would you? I think it's if they're close to someone, that person dies, it's inevitable, isn't it? Like they're gonna go through pain in it. They're gonna be upset. Like I don't know.
I think he's saying some parents don't promote crying in it.
Yeah,
So
don't cry.
Just man up. It's cool. But I would never do that though.
No way.
I'd never do that, fam.
What how would you approach that?
No, I think I think letting it out on mourning is a good thing. It's just when obviously if you let it can kind of consume you, if you get what I mean, where you can't pick yourself back up from it. But it's good to, I don't know, if you want to cry.
No, I know what you mean.
You get what I'm trying to say.
I think that goes into what Courtney's talking about, though. I think it's what's the sort of framework of your life before you enter a situation where someone passes away. That dictates how that affects you in it. So if there's a stability in your life and there's other people around you that can offer that support and make you feel like there's a future in things, then that death will hurt, but it will eventually become sort of rationalized in that person's mind, innit? But if you haven't sort of had that structure around you, or you haven't been shown certain things, or you haven't got like a framework through it, the way you see the world, because I think I'm not religious in it, but I do understand the value of spirituality and religion, having a concept that you've bought into or you believe that is how the world works and how the universe works, or you know what I'm saying? So whatever that is, Jesus, like whatever it is, like that gives people power. It gives people a way of seeing the world that makes sense of things, because human beings we want answers and we want understanding. So if there's something that's saying to you, look, this is how it works, and this is what happens when this person's not here no more, and this is where they're gonna go, and this is how like you'll see them again, and all this kind of stuff. All that stuff gives people understanding and answers, and it allows them to push through and continue. But not everyone has that way of thinking, or some people don't buy into those things, and it's like, well, do you have something else that can keep a person together after they go through something? And that's something I think about a lot, because like I said, I'm not religious, so it's like I am sometimes concerned that I'm not giving my children a framework or a concept to see the world through. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell them things that I don't think are true, but I don't want them to have just a no way, like just a completely a free fall of how they see the world, and there's no clear structure in place, so that maybe something comes up and they don't know how to see it, they don't know how to they don't know how to respond to it. You know what I'm trying to say?
And that's why I do that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to give him a framework so that.
But that's what I'm saying though. But do you think it's enough in the sense of like? Because I think when it's really close and when it's someone that is like...
It's not enough. It's not enough, but it's all I can do. I can't do nothing else. You get me? Maybe... I don't think there's a way you can prepare somebody for it. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to give him a concept of it. And I know how I dealt with it when my dad passed, you get what I'm saying? And I just lent in to the positives rather than the negatives. I didn't look at, shit, he's not here. And I need him. It's like... now I've got something to live for, you know what I'm saying? Which is to do the things that I know he wanted me to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like a positive point to prove. But as time's gone on, I've realized if he was still alive, the amount of things that we would have clashed over would have probably stopped me doing things that I've done now, you get what I'm saying? Because he's still my protector and provider, so he's gonna be trying to navigate me, you get what I'm saying? But him not... I
see how that makes sense to you.
You get me? Yeah. So for me, being here on my own now, it's like I've got the space to figure shit out, you get what I'm saying? But that's just me. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I get it.
I heard Will Smith say something like that before. He said once like his father passed, like he became the man who he was meant to be, kind of thing. Like he become like the man. Like that's what he basically was saying. But see, when you was talking about like death and stuff, do you think about where will I go, or is it just I just need to make sure I do what I need to do while
I don't think about where I'm gonna go, because I don't know where I'm gonna go, so I can't worry about something that I don't know. I don't know that, but I do know when I do go, I'm leaving something behind, and that's what I worry about. Yeah. Because I know that is a fact. You get me? I worry about that one.
I've always been inquisitive about that kind of stuff. Like,
do you think we focus too much on where we're gonna go instead of just putting all that energy into?
I mean, well, I'll say I'll go for the first thing first. Like, I grew up around religion, in it. Like, most of my family's Christian. my dad was like the rebel of the family, and he was like Rasta and like African spirituality and that kind of stuff. So I've always been presented with those kind of things in it. So obviously for me, it's always been something I thought about, and most of those experiences just left me kind of thinking, I'm comfortable being unsure. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm comfortable feeling like I don't know, because I'm a person, I like to see things that kind of give me, not proof, but a clear path for why I would say I believe in something. And I don't see that in any of the things really I've been exposed to. I see elements of things that I like, but I don't see like a clear vision of like, yeah, this is why I'm fucking with this, or why I'm believing this, or why I'm going to go and do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like, I just feel like, it's kind of what you're saying in it. We you work with what you can control in it. What we can do, and like while we're here, is be good people and try and do the best that's possible to make sure that the people in your life are happy and that they've got something to go forward with in it, especially with children in it. But yeah, what you saying, like, I think it gets dangerous when people are more concerned about making it to somewhere in the afterlife than focusing on what they're here and doing right now and what they can achieve. You know what I mean? With the time they got now. I think that's where it gets a bit uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm saying?
You see what you said, yeah, about worrying about like the things that you do. Like, I'm worried about what I'm going to be remembered for, innit? So I want to know that. Like, I'm conscious of how I treat people now. I'm more conscious of how I treat people than I've ever been now, because like I want to know that when I've gone, the only stories that my son hears about me are good, because that's what's going to serve him well. If he's hearing negative things about me, that's just going to give him more questions and more.
Do you think anyone could ever skew the way your child views you, though? I don't think that's possible.
I mean, it depends.
Unless you're a piece of shit to your child.
But it just depends, innit? Like, I know the feeling that I get when people tell me positive things about my dad.
Yeah.
So that's going to help propel you forward, because it's like, rah, he was this man. Okay, then. So I know you're kind of guided through.
But don't you trust that you're a good person?
Of course, no, 100% I do. But I'm just saying that it's something that I now... I'm conscious of, because I know it's about what you leave behind, innit? And obviously, the things that people have to say about you is a representation of who you are. And if you're not here to defend it, then that can have negative things on you. So I'm not saying I'm trying to be a people pleaser and trying to be everyone's friend, but I am conscious of I don't want to say the legacy, but I'm conscious of how I'm spoken about, innit?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that you think that way. I just think, like I said, I know you're not saying you're trying to be a people pleaser, but I don't know. I think you kind of just trust that you're a good person in it, because I don't think like that. Honestly, I don't. I think if there were people who's gonna say something negative about me, it's because they didn't fully know me. I don't concern myself with thinking, like I gotta make sure that how I conduct myself, that like I trust that I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? If I have a brush with someone and it doesn't go well, and maybe that person fall out or whatever, if that's someone close to me, I trust that will be fixed. And if it's someone that I'm not close to, then it's one of them things, isn't it? Like, I think it's impossible to go through life and not upset when people have someone that might think you're a dickhead.
I think the best thing to do, like for me now, as long as my kids know I put them first and I did right by them the best as I can. Any other thing they hear, they'll be like, okay, then it might not have been perfect, but he did the best he could do for us. And like, even then, I mean, obviously, from the stories I've heard, I haven't heard nothing bad about your dad. But if that was the case, even if I ever did, you know that. Obviously, I haven't, but if you know that he did, the main thing he cared about is family.
Yeah, of course. Obviously,
doing the best.
100% get that, and obviously that's going to be the main thing that's in your head, because you would have experienced him. Yeah. So no one can't really change that. But I just know the positivity that it fills you when you hear good things about somebody that you already feel positively about, and it's going to make you feel even better in it. So I just feel like those little pieces of stories and they're gems. They're like guardian angels that can help guide that.
I think the only people whose children hear bad stories about them is people who are like genuinely like, you know, like you got like, I don't know, like some say like some mafia boss or something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they might have been a really good parent to their child, but they're with like 10 people.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So your dad was a piece of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, fuck it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But your dad killed my man's uncle or something. So
Yeah,
it's like,
of course.
he's got a right to feel that way. But if you're just a normal person, it's like even to say, you know, at a funeral and everyone's like, oh, he was such a good guy, even if
Yeah,
people
you hear that all
think
the time.
there's bare people who probably didn't like you in it, but no one says nothing bad about you in the service or at the funeral in it. So yeah,
Is the obviously you're gonna be here for a long time, but when your time comes, is there a certain thing that you want your kids to remember? And this, you know what I mean?
I just, you know what? I just think I want to make memories in it, make as much memories as possible. So it's like, I think those are the things that give people real joy. And this is why I don't think people's opinions could really mess with that. Because again, I think it'd be mad. You'd have to be like a proper piece of shit if people's coming up to you and telling you, yo, your dad or your mom did this.
You must
and
have did
that.
something really wicked
bad.
still if they come
Yeah.
that
Like
still.
I just think for the most part, people might have a feeling about someone close to you that passed away. They just wouldn't say nothing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But what I will say is like, memories are everything. It's like I can think back to certain memories I've got with certain people, like my dad or my nan or
of course.
my siblings or whatever. And it's like that stuff in your brain's gold. You know, you sit down, you have a conversation with someone, you laugh about something that happened or whatever. That kind of stuff's priceless. And I just think the more I can give my children those kind of memories, I think that's what you leave them with, innit? Like them remembering like you guys having a good time together. You know what I'm trying to say? Or you giving them something that helped them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like whether it was a piece of information or you showed them how to do something or whatever. Like I think that all of that is what life's about. You know what I'm saying? So
like even like how I am now, me being a parent now has made me even want to like do more stuff with my own parents, bro. Like say how you're talking about like build memories and stuff like that. Like I know obviously we leave our house, we get our own family, we start building our family. And then you kind of like, some people like don't really do stuff with it. Like they go to the parents' house, obviously they bring their youths, them and that. Yeah. But it's like, that's kind of it then. Like for me, like before my nan died, I took her out, not before, but when she started to get like not as well, I took her to Millie and Carter, and it was just me and her went out to eat, bro. Nice. But I swear to you, like before that, I never thought about, let me go out to eat with my, I know people do that. And it's the norm for some people, but just having that memory that, you know what, like we had that moment. Them type of things, are priceless, bro. So like even like sometimes like, I might even say, not often, obviously man just all focused on like trying to sort my business, like sort life out, look after the kids. But even like sometimes I might say to my dad, yo, let's go play pool or something like that. Because those little things there, like sometimes we forget, like. Yeah. Like, and I always think like when my kids are big, bro, I wanna do like, go off, start your family, but I hope we can start like my daughter when she's big, Dad, let's go for eat. Let's go something to eat or go cinema. Let's do something. 100%. So it's important just, and I'll keep building those memories, man. Just don't stop, bro. It's important, man. Because even like looking back, like the biggest thing for me when my nan passed, I didn't think about. I never like those things like, where you gonna go? Where she gone? Like I just thought the legacy she left and the good stuff she did for not only her children, but for her grandkids. Priceless, man. Like, and I hope that's the kind of type of thing, like what Courtney was saying, like legacy. Like the youths will say about me, really.
I don't know, man. The main thing for me, anyway, I don't really think there's one main thing to kind of take from the conversation. But as I said, I know I'm conscious of death. I'm conscious of my health, but I just need to find a way to make sure that I'm actioning like things to do with the thing that I fear the most, because clearly I fear it, but I don't fear it enough. It's not because my other ambitions, like they're more powerful to me in it, because obviously I've been doing it for longer. So I just need to find a way to like constantly keep that in the forefront of my mind, but not to the point where I'm ruled by the fear and then I'm cautious of everything. It just, you know what I'm saying?
I think, you know what, maybe a good way to look at it is it's about controlling what you can control in it. Because, as I said, death can come at any point. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously bad health, like, or illness and stuff can come even if you're someone that takes care of themselves. Like sometimes there's anomalies and things that happen that we can't account for. But one thing that is important in life is to control what's in front of you, in it, like in every aspect. So it's like if it's like knowing you got something to do and you're putting it off, you know what I mean? Learning to be proactive and go and get that thing done in it. And if that thing is going to the gym because you gain a little weight, and you know what I mean, like you go and do that thing. And also I guess prioritizing as well in it, because sometimes you might have to make a decision sometimes where it's like, you know what, there's some editing I've got to do, and maybe there's not a strict deadline, but maybe it's bothering you that it's there. But you might have to one day say, you know what, I'm not going to edit this right now.
What's more
I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
More important.
One of them ones.
Because the editing's always going to be there. But if I don't go and do that, I might not get the opportunity to edit.
You know what just occurred to me as well? Because I have the same things happen to me in it, but it's like what man's really doing is we're leaning into the anxieties that we have rather than controlling the moment and saying, yo, I'm going to do something that's good for me right now. You're thinking about, I need to relieve pressure. I need to deal with something and get it off my plate. It's not so much about, do you know what I mean? Like enjoying something. It's about, I need to remove this anxiety or this pressure rather than saying, I'm going to control the moment and I'm going to do what is best for me first. Then I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because the anxiety is run by knowing that you got responsibilities.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Whereas with Dre now, it's like you found, well, put it this way, the beautiful thing about your thing is that you're passionate about is that it is your health. Yeah. So like there's going to be aspects where you're going to have business things that you're going to have to do. Like maybe it might be some admin. Maybe it might be, you might have to edit some content for yourself. There's going to be something along the way where it comes away from just the training. But the beauty is that because it's surrounded around it, it's still to do with what you're doing in it.
But even like something small, like I was thinking about like when I start getting clients, if I'm like, my day is jam-packed with bag of clients, I need to still fit in I was thinking about how am I going to fit my time into train. So it's just trying to find a balance. I'm not there yet where I have to compromise the clients or my training at the time. But it's something what I thought about as well. But I was just thinking just then, when my timetable is not as crazy as it is now, like even just us doing a local fitness something together, bro, even if it's just like once a week, something weekly, just to keep active.
I get what you're saying, because we'll have the flexibility. Like everyone will have the flexibility to go and link up and say, "Yo, come, we're gonna go do this morning or whatever." And the beautiful thing about that is it would be content, or it would be an opportunity to like have more things to speak about, or you know what I'm saying, that can help with this as well. So that's just one of the positives that will come from it.
One last thing, I don't want to open up another can of worms, but like, do you feel like you get more productive when you constrain time? Because it feels like, like when you've got just a big open window to do something, it's like, or not even an open window, but you've got X amount of time to go and get something done rather than a limited amount of time. It can mean that you can either waste time or you can throw an unnecessary amount of time at one thing.
Yeah, you'll waste time in it. It's just like, it's the concept of being young. You think you got forever. And like when you're young, you think, when I'm 30, I'm going to, because by the time, like when I'm 15, if I'm 15 now, and I'm 30, 15 years down the line, 15 years is a fucking lifetime. When you lick 30, you realize, Ross, like 15.
That went quick. Yeah.
That was last week. You get me? So the concept of time now becomes a lot more, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. Like if you constrain the amount of time that you have to doing things, you'll find a way to fit it in. Like if I've only got an hour today to edit, then...
Well, it's mad.
Yeah.
My concept of time, early 20s, like even like in my teens, like 16, 17, was insane, bro. Yeah, it's important, man. But I didn't really think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, of course. Not when you're young, you don't. You feel like you got the world of time. I remember being our youth's age.
Yeah.
You get me? Thinking, when am I ever gonna be a dad? like you don't think that, like, to the point where it's like, now, think about it. When you was 5 and you looked at your dad, you couldn't even imagine him being a child. And for him, he's thinking, you don't even know I was a child yesterday.
Yeah.
You get me?
Fam, I always have this feeling, driving and the kids in the back. And it hits me every so often when I'm in the front seat driving and I remember being in the back seat watching my dad drive. That always occurs to me. And I'm like, rah. Because when you're in that same movement or same moment, like we're in that car, we're moving in it, like my brain can go to a place where it's the exact same as when I was a child. So it feels like time stopped. And I've got out of one car into the next one, and now I'm the dad. That's how it feels. It's fucking weird,
Do
bro.
you know what's hit me? Is my nieces. See my nieces, yeah? Or getting to the age like they got like some of them got like phones and they be like I remember being that age and looking at the older people in the yard thinking, yo, they are old. I'm that guy now, bro.
Yeah.
And it's mad because it's good that I still feel young. I don't feel old. I feel like I don't know if this generation is different, but man still feel young, bro. But they're looking at me like I'm freaking dinosaur, bro.
But our parents probably felt the same. This is the point I'm making. When our parents were our age now, they probably felt the exact same as us, like young, innit? But because we're kids, it's mom and dad.
They're old.
They got a job. They got a house.
No, obviously our parents are still probably out, whatever, but I still feel like they wasn't young like us.
They were, man. You keep saying this.
They were.
They were, bro. Like, there's no way that they wasn't, like.
Okay, even like all of us just talking about Sunday sessions where we're gonna go.
You don't think they was out?
Do you think your pops was like 30, like to say 33, like yo, link up with the man them?
Well, it depends on how your parents socialize. Like my dad, I think he kind of stopped doing a lot of that in his 20s, I'll be honest. But people his age was doing that.
You know what, saying that? My uncle goes Southport weekend there and that still, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wicked.
So.
That's sick. Yeah,
I get it's true.
Bro,
still.
I remember one time, like I've gone to stay at my uncle's house, and then my dad and bro stayed at my uncle's house, and my uncle's gone out. You get me? And then in the morning he's come back in with a thing. So my dad's told him off, saying, "Yo, what kind of foolishness you doing? Why you doing that around the youths and that? What man and man?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Man and man, fam. It's normal. Like they are the same as us.
Yeah.
Or we are the same as them, should I say?
I hear that still.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, I think round it off there, innit?
Yeah, man. Collection only.
Claire Wins progress.
Yep.